This is our hotel for the evening, right on the banks of the River Loire. Not a bad viewpoint. So this is the entranceway into our hotel. I'll tell you more about the history of it in a second, but I'll just show you around the garden. Magnus and Ruby are waiting for me. Good girl. This is the inner courtyard. I love the steps around that little building there, are fabulous. And the trees and the turret in the corner. Give you a quick walk round. The hotel actually has a really rich history. It was a stronghold for the English during the 100-Year War, and it was actually here, in this very town, where Joan of Arc cut off the English troops. She and her soldiers actually occupied the inn in the early 15th century, and you can still see remnants of the confrontation that took place on the bridge just outside. And it wasn't until the late 15th century that the building then took on a new life. King Louis XI created his personal stable here, complete with outbuildings for his marshals, his horses and his squires, and he himself even slept here for one night on a whirlwind tour. It was in the 17th century that the stables became the coaching inn that we see today. The town is called Mains-Loire, and it grew around its powerful medieval chateau. The chateau is one of the eldest in the region, and it served as a residence for the bishops of Orléans. Over the centuries, it has been expanded, fortified, attacked, rebuilt, and transformed, reflecting the turbulent history of the Loire Valley. Join us and Ruby as we take a tour around the chateau. So I'm just learning how to be a good wife. Morality and religion. Oh, I think I'm lacking there. Geography and history. No, I'm good with geography and history. And arts and drawing. Music. I'm not the best singer. Natural history, physics and chemistry, but without any reference to reproduction. Certainly don't want to be discussing that. Languages. No Latin. Oh God, I learnt Latin. Turns out I'm not a very good wife or mother in the 1880s.
I'll second that.
However, I do like the pretty things. I also do love the fact that ladies should be reclining like in their mornings. The table's beautiful. It's all beautiful. It's so nice you can still actually smell the wood smoke from the chimneys. We've gone from the 18th century further back into the more medieval side of the chateau. So this chateau is actually known as the Chateau of Two Faces. This is the medieval kitchen. Can you smell the wood smoke as you come in? I think they may have had an open fire there. I bet the fire would have been much bigger. Beautiful arched ceilings. And all the mod cons.
I don't think they've even bloody sugar-coated donuts.
No, I don't think the donuts are real. The bread, the eggs.
Little quails.
And quails, well, yeah. It's the most weird smell, isn't it?
Mm.
Looks like the church is actually a newer addition, and the ruins of the older church are just there. Beautiful view of the village, and the Loire Valley runs through it. This would be the children's room. Absolutely beautiful. I want a bed like that. That is absolutely. You couldn't have a bad night's sleep. Oh my god, it's so hot up here, up in the roof.
Could be like it.
I know. So beautiful, isn't it? So hot. All the old toys. It's strange hearing the birds so close. They're obviously sat on the roof. Just a bit precarious.
Indeed.
And look at all the old,
Those toys, the old trunks.
yeah, pushchairs and prams. Toys. So many old trunks. Aren't they incredible? And now Ryanair won't let you have any of those. Down into the dungeon we go.
We drove on to Arnac Pompadour. Now this quiet place is famous thanks to one woman, and that is Madame de Pompadour. She is the influential favourite of King Louis XV. In the 18th century, the king granted her the Chateaux de Pompadour and the entire estate. Eventually, the village took on her name. But the story of Pompadour goes beyond a royal romance. The chateau became the birthplace to France's national passion for horses. In 1761, the royal stud farm, the Race Nationale de Pompadour, was established here, laying the foundations for centuries of equestrian tradition.
These have got the steeplechase fences below.
How cool.
That's better.
Today, Pompadour is still known as the Cité du Cheval, home to racing, breeding, eventing, and some of the most beautiful Anglo-Arab horses in the country. And the village itself grew around this equestrian heritage, elegant stables, training tracks, and the historic chateau overlooking it all.
Elle est née chez Stéphane Chalier dans le Morel. Elle appartient à l'écurie livrée et elle est fréquentée par Alice Chalier.
Even now, Pompadour hosts major equestrian competitions, drawing riders and spectators from all over France. We were here today to watch the young horse jumping classes. I think it's safe to say that we can thank one of France's most famous mistresses, the Madame de Pompadour, for these fabulous equestrian facilities. It may look like a peaceful countryside village, but it has a history of royal intrigue, national pride, and a deep connection to the horse world, making it a perfect stop for anyone who loves history, culture, or horses.